Okay, so good evening. Welcome to the weekly webinar. So quick check with every one of you. How many of your accounts improved this week? We have quite a bullish week this week. Raise your hand, say yes, whatever lah. Break even. Okay, good. Anyone else? Or you all like stop training for a while because of the retracement that happened in the past few weeks. Improve with slight profit, recovering losses, too choppy. Yes, correct. I do believe it's slightly choppy, recovering from US correcting, stop temporarily. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong to stop temporarily, mainly because if you can't handle all the retracement, right? It is a good choice to stop temporarily, especially if you don't really have proven trading system that allow you to tide through this kind of short retracement lah. But I do hope that majority of you have somewhat recover, as in those position that you are holding, that still holding, haven't hit stop loss yet. Most likely they were in the red, but hopefully during this week, right, most of them start to improve lah. Especially personally, I'm holding things like US Steel, which improved tremendously, really tremendously. In fact, my US Steel is in profit mainly because I have quite a lot of entry at the lower end lah. But that was the best improvement personally for my trading portfolio. But the rest, I'm much like most of you. Initially, I started off end of February, March, with about 14 open position. Along the way, I was hit with a stop loss on about 5 of them, 4 or 5, I can't remember really. Then now I'm still holding about 7, and now remaining all my remaining counter that I'm still holding start to recover already lah. So the main way to recover from a retracement like this, right? It is that you must adhere to the stop loss and hold your counters even if they are open positions red lah. Because when market eventually recover, right, all these positions are going to recover. Your portfolio will start to break even. I mean, your open position will start to break even or slightly green. Then as market continues to recover, right, you will be more confident to add additional position now that your open position are finally becoming green lah. And along the way, all the stop loss that you have taken, right, they will start to recover also like your profit from the counters that you are holding will make up for the loss that you have taken lah. And during this period, the worst thing you can do is you panic and then you close up all your counters, and then end up those counters that you close off, right, they were supposed to recover and give you profit, but now you are no longer in the position lah. So this is one advice that I can give you. If you are too scared, if you are too emotionally affected by the down move, right, it is most likely due to two reasons. Number one is that you have entered too much position and you are not able to handle the rate. So if all your open position, the rateness in all your position exceed more than 20% of your total trading capital, right, then you are holding a bit more, you are sort of over trading now. So let's say you have a $10,000 account, and during this period you are holding more than $2,000 loss, open position loss, then unrealized loss, then most likely you are over trading now. So if you are facing that, right, try to reduce your position and you'll be fine now. Then when the market will recover, you are ready to ride again. So looking at the fund flow analysis, right, of course, definitely we have quite a big improvement. You can see that the institutional, the blue line, we have been in the positive range. So this is for Singapore, XGX, we have recovered a bit. And I am guessing that in tomorrow, when the fund flow result not tomorrow, on Monday, when the fund flow result come out, this one will be even higher lah. So hopefully, right, hopefully the fund flow, we are able to break this high. So this will go up something like this. And it does mean that now the market is sort of ready to move up even higher lah. So one of the reason that I stayed in the market is also, let me share, is that sorry, if you look at all the indexes I have repeatedly mentioned across many weeks, that while market is retracing, all the crucial support are still holding. So for SDI case, right, 2800 is still holding. For S&P, the US market, this level, 3700, somewhere around this level, this support is still holding. For the Dow Jones, we still have this 30,000 or 30.5 thousand is still holding. And of course, for the Hong Kong market, we have this is still holding. But unfortunately, since Hong Kong market for on Friday, right, it does show a little bearishness lah. So currently, right now, given all the indexes strength, right, US and Singapore are still pretty much the stronger one compared to the Hong Kong, which is why you will notice that in my trade setup, right, there is very few Hong Kong stock coming up, mainly because it's weakest among the three index lah. I don't want people to. I mean, if you have the cash, if you have the money, of course you will enter the strong index, the strong counter, rather than go and chase the sort of go and try to gamble with the one that is weakest lah. Okay. So you can see that for SDI, we do while the last week it may seem that slightly stagnant, but you realize that it does increase quite a bit lah. And more the most crucial point is that it managed to close above this high. So it gap up, but it did not come back down. So it managed to held steadily there, and hopefully next week we will be able to retake all this high lah. Okay. So right now, needless to say, I am still bullish on STI, and in fact, most of my profit that I'm taking for this year, ST Singapore counters are the majority contribution lah. Even though I do play US here and there, right? The main reason why Singapore counters are contributing to the most profit is mainly because I have more control over them. Control as in I am able to TP when my TP is hit. So it is not like US where it hit the TP, but I'm already sleeping. Then when I woke up, it is like go all the way down. So it is too choppy. So it's either I put a stop TP order there, or I need to face the this kind of choppiness lah. And the funny thing is also because I'm using Tiger Broker, right? Tiger Broker, you cannot put OCO order, meaning you cannot put a stop loss and the TP order at the same time. You can only choose either one. So during the choppy period, I more often than not I am putting a stop loss order lah. So when things start to recover, right, I don't really have a TP order also. So it's quite hard to be optimized in the US market lah. Although things are moving much faster and what, right? I still prefer Singapore market, mainly because I have that control. I am able to go to my work, and then whenever I'm at my work, if my counter hit TP or what, right, I can still quickly take out my phone and then take the profit and then continue my work lah. But there's no way I can do that with the US market. So in the next week, if you are still in the red, I don't know what counters you guys are holding, but if you guys are still in the red, do not enter any new position. Wait for all your red counters to become green lah. And for those who are green already, right, you can enter new position, but make sure that you account for the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario is all your open position is hit with a stop loss. So if all your position is hit with a stop loss, make sure that you don't lose more than 20% of your entire account. Why 20%? I think I have said this many times, but I will repeat again. The reason why 20% is the gate, because if your account went down by 20%, it's easy to earn back that 20%. But if your account went down by 30% or even 40, 50%, right, it is very hard to recover. It is very hard to recover. So 20% is the so-called the kind of drawdown that you should limit yourself to. Make sure you don't hit more than 20% of your account drawdown. Okay. So let's look at some of the individual counters. Okay, so I'll just go through the so what I have here is the Singapore scanner here. So I do have all this stuff on the Singapore scanner. I think the scanner post was released sometime earlier today lah. So among all these scanner, right, I do believe this top two, right, they are somewhat I would say seems to have good momentum behind them. So whether you want to enter this trade or not is up to you. Perhaps I will make a trade setup for either one of them lah. Okay, so the first one, Value Max. Value Max here, Friday closing and volume, right, is very strong, very strong. Trend going up, closing. So you can actually chase Monday opening. You can actually chase Monday opening. If you chase the Monday opening, right, your stop loss should be somewhere at 325. It's quite a long way now, but that's the kind of stop loss that you should be playing with, mainly because if you put your stop loss anywhere higher, right, you are at the mercy of random volatility, noise movement. You are at the mercy of noise movement. So if a counter move, sometimes the counter move like this for no apparent reason, and this is the what I will call the noise tolerance lah. So if you enter, if your stop loss is narrower than this noise tolerance, right, you will get stopped out by this noise lah, rather than an actual down move. So most of my stop loss, it is to sort of make sure that the stop is wider than the noise tolerance, because we don't want to get randomly stop out. And that's one of the things that I teach in my course also lah. So when you go for this, right, make sure it's around 325. So you chase around 325. So this is your stop loss, and you can sort of you can see that the trend is quite good also. So the main reason why I like this is that the immediate trend, right? The immediate trend is up. The immediate trend is up, the medium trend is up, and the long-term trend, some here also up. Because you can see that this is back in 2016 lah. Of course, we don't want to like sort of go all the way back here, but it does seems like a good a lengthy consolidation have taken place for about almost 4 years. So now price is starting to move back up lah. So I believe this is a very good counter to enter. But you can see from the chart that there's one very crucial thing to take note. This counter have very low liquidity, very low liquidity. So sometimes you enter a lot already, right? When you want to exit, you might find it hard to exit because there's no buyer, and you might encounter scenario like this lah. So when you enter this, right, don't go and chung many lots. Just enter a bit can ready. Just enter very small amount. Then you are fine lah, because you do have to worry about the low liquidity. And the other one, Southern Alliance, also seems to be like similar to Value Max. You can see that Friday broke above the resistance. The trend is up, and you can see that the volume behind it is also not bad. But you do need to worry about this. So obviously, you cannot put your stop loss way below here. It's too much already. This is like 275. The current price is like 420. So this stop loss is too wide already lah. You can't afford to do that. So minimally the stop loss that you want is somewhere around here. 340 like that. Sorry, around here. 340 like that. Okay, then after that you can enter, and then you can take the trade lah. So if sway this thing happen, then really no choice lah. But since it already happened and many trader get stopped out, right, I'm hoping that this one have some good momentum to go upward also. So what you notice is that both Value Max and Southern Alliance, right, they are somewhat around the same price. One is for 0.42, the other one is 0.400, and they are they are both like financial renter, financial conglomerate. So don't enter both. Choose one, enter one, then can ready. Don't overexpose yourself. So if you ask me which is the better one, right? I truly have no preference. I think that both are equally good, but this one seems to be better because it seems that there's no overhead resistance lah. There's no overhead resistance. Whereas for Value Max, if you pull back way back, right, there are some resistance that is somewhere here lah. So I will go with Southern Alliance. But be it got resistance or not, right? How high it can go is really something that we cannot predict lah. So it's a 50 lah. Just flip a coin and pick one. Next one. So I have gone through these two counter lah. The rest of them, right? The rest of the counter here I have looked through already, but there isn't really much that I will uh there aren't really good compared to the Southern Alliance and Value Max lah. So for example, SICC, right? You can see that it's a downtrend. There's a very resistant here. So not really very optimal. If you look at serial system, very choppy market, and it's like there's nothing going on here also lah. So I will not enter that also. Next one is Tuan Sin. Tuansin also, it does seems a little bit choppy, then a lot of resistance overhead, so not really very good. So MM2 Asia movie, also very similar. But this one can be like a speculative play lah. Speculative play as in like it does seems that it can suddenly go up and go back down like that. So this one is more of a speculative play, and it is also a very super penny counter lah. So my advice is go for Value Max or Southern Alliance. Okay. So with that said, right, I'll like to go through a few more other stuff also. Those counter that we have previously. So this one I mentioned already lah, Value Max and QNS, the Southern Alliance. So AEM, right? AEM, it is somewhat, I feel that is, sorry, what counter is this? Did I put in the correct one? Sorry, my bad. AWX, correct ma? AEM. Okay. So AEM is looking quite okay also. It seems that somewhere here there seems to be some form of recovery coming, but the candle itself, we don't really have a bullish candle that is sort of to tell you that this is the bottom lah, because it can easily go back down further to the support here also. But if we do see some kind of bullish moves that coming upward like this, right? Then you'll be able to I think it's a good chance to enter lah. So do wait for this. And if this happen, right, your stop loss should be around somewhere like 3.5 like that lah, 3.59. So previously we were hit with a stop loss, but sometimes when a counter is hit with a stop loss, or not only that, when a counter I have taken TP, right? I do keep that in my watch list and I do continue to monitor lah, because I wanted to see did the counter hit my stop loss and then continue to go up. If it continue to go up, right, then next time, right, I might need to be a little bit more wary about where I put my stop loss lah. So I think this one is still, I will say that it is still in play lah. I don't believe it can go all the way to 340, but I mean, I am not going to place my trade based on what I think, but rather I will want to see some bullish candle first lah. If it continues to go down, then of course I will not take the trade lah. Next one is Valentia. For Valentia, we were hit with a stop loss somewhere here also lah. So this actually we were hit with this candle here lah. So the stop loss placement that I put, right, it is sort of meant to avoid this, but it seems that it just touch and go also for my stop loss. So unfortunately, sometimes we can't really prevent that also if we don't have the fate, right? We are it's it's quite hard lah. But the current price movement, it does seems like this has flushed out a majority of the sellers. So hopefully, if things continue to sort of stabilize here, right, you can actually take the trade with the stop loss here lah. But do be mindful that this is, although it's not very clear from the chart, right, this is actually a very wide stop loss if you consider from 27 all the way down to like 19.5 lah, 19.5, right, just below this candle, right, is actually about 27% down. So the stop loss is quite wide lah. And the thing is, you do not want to put your stop loss anywhere along here also, because it can just come down and go. So at least you want to be below this candle. So if you are uncomfortable with such a wide stop loss, right, what you can do is wait for it to retrace and then you can buy lah. But of course, if it doesn't retrace and continue to shoot up, then you are going to miss out the trade. So it is really depend on what kind of trader are you. Do you want to take the risk, or do you prefer a less risky play and wait for the retrace? Of course, if you cannot make up your mind, if you cannot make up the decision, it's very, very simple. Don't trade it. Go and trade something else. There's always something to trade. So you don't need to be hooked to one counter and then die trade that counter. There's always a lot of other choices. And suppose if this counter go up or what, right? Then what? Then just let it go up. Lord. There are a lot of other things that are going up also lah. Okay, so you need to train yourself mentally to be able to think that, because sometimes when a certain counter, especially a popular counter such as Valentia la, Tesla la, when this counter goes up, right, a lot of traders get FOMO and then they think that, yeah, I must join in this trade, I must join in this trade, and then they go and chase and then they end up having a very, very bad open position. They have a very bad entry with a extremely compromised stop loss, and then they lose money. So the trick here is to go up, then go up loss. So what, I can go and play other counter lah. Because when something go up, right, the immediate thing that enters a trader mind is that, yeah, I could have made this profit like right now. So they want that instant profit, and the thirst for instant profit where you enter the thing go up, hit your TP, right, is a very, very toxic habit to be having as a trader lah. So try to try to constantly keep yourself, remind yourself that, and just because something go up doesn't mean you must trade it. Okay, so another thing, what you see here in my watch list, right, you will see all these color coded. So you can actually code your counters. So there's a reason why I color code them. So if you remember all these counter, right, this is Full Empire, Union Gas, Innotech, Caterpillar, Disney, Golden and Green. So if you remember all these counter, right, at some point a few months ago, I'm not sure which month, but at some point previously, right, all these counter I have made the trade setup and they have hit the TP. So let me add a few more. Propnex. Okay, Propnex. So all these counter, right, sometime in the past, at some point, I have made a trade setup and then they hit the TP. So when they hit the TP, when a counter hit the TP, right, I will color code them and I will continue to put them in my watch list. So what I do is, you can actually go to your watch list and then I will click blue list, meaning all the blue that I color coded will come up. So what I do is, I will color code the counters that I've taken profit and I will continue to monitor them, mainly because, right, counters that usually hit your TPR, most of them tend to continue to go up, which is quite apparent from all these counters. Okay, so for example, right, let's look at Caterpillar. The main reason is I haven't removed all these yet lah. So the initial entry for Caterpillar came at sometime around here, which was last year end November like that. And eventually it hit TP1, it also hit TP2, and it is continue to go up. So after I TP ready, right, I will continue to put them in my watch list, mainly because some of them will continue to go up some more, and I will look for additional entry. I will look to see whether I can make more entry or not. So for example, Full Empire here, original entry was here, TP was hit somewhere here. So Full Empire, it was like very long time ago, before my Patreon was even up. But after that, it continued to go up some more. So I will continue to monitor this to see whether I can enter some more. So likewise, right, you should make a point to have this habit also, where just because something TP, something stop loss, right, you remove from your watch list altogether. Don't do that, because the fact that you manage to hit a TP, meaning the counter is strong. But perhaps not every counter will continue to go up. There will be some counters that go up, hit your TP, and then come back down. Definitely a lot of this counter. But there will still be quite a majority that continues to go up. So even though I do not make additional trade call, right, I do constantly monitor this. And if you all remember, whenever price hit the TP, I don't fully TP my entire position. I leave a bit there. And because I leave a bit there, right, I tend to monitor how the price go. At some point, I will either make another entry or I will exit that little bit that I have behind there. So in my course, we have a proper way, a proper systematic way to manage this. But of course, that method cannot be shared in a Patreon session, which is number one, it is quite a complicated method. And number two, also it is to be fair to those who come for the course lah. But I can give you a hint that continue to monitor counters that hit TP. They eventually will go up some more, especially counters, especially prop next. There were like a few entries, and it is still now going up quite strong lah. Okay, so aside from that, let's go through some of the other counters that we are sort of still stuck lah. Okay, so this is Anhui Express. I'm not sure who is still in this trade because the original entry came out somewhere like here. So the moment I made the entry, right, price drop, but stop loss was here. Then after that, it seems like going to go up some more with this very strong candle. But after that, it went stagnant for the entire February and March lah. But chart-wise, this is a very bullish continuation pattern. So I think that it can eventually break out eventually lah. Okay, so if you are still in the trade, be patient, just put there, let it be. Don't have to go and exit or what. If you want to exit this because you don't have money to buy other counters, right, then your issue is you don't have enough capital. So go and put more capital rather than exiting counter that you are currently holding. Number one. The other one is First Resources. So First Resources, I'm not sure hit the TP or not. I think haven't hit the TP. Sorry. I'm not sure hit the stop loss really or not. I think if hit the stop loss, there will be a lot of people who remind me that it has hit stop loss lah. But the fact that no one does is, I think this one's still remaining there. So yeah. So it seems that it sort of managed to find a support here, which is not really surprising because previously this is the resistance lah. Now it is like retesting the resistance as a support lah. And if this support hold, we will see price recovering also lah. Next one, US Steel. Sorry, very laggy. My house have very bad Wi-Fi. Okay, so US Steel. Yeah. I was lagging just now lah. So my house actually have very bad Wi-Fi. So yes, so US Steel. Stop loss was here. A lot of people panic. But the brave folk will probably enter a bit of entry somewhere here. If you did, you are probably in quite a good profit here already lah. And now we are waiting for it to continue to go up lah. So US Steel is one of a very good example about sticking to your stop loss. So of course, throughout our trading career, right, there will definitely be some counter that hit the stop loss, but those that doesn't hit the stop loss, there is a very good chance that they can recover lah. So as I always emphasize, right, if you don't hit the stop loss, do not exit lah. This one, Fortress Mineral, I'm not sure who's in the trade, but still sort of going sideways. No. Like I said, there's no reason to exit. It is sideways and eventually can break up. Johnson Electric, you can, yeah, it is like a falling wedge pattern here, and once this falling wedge pattern is over, right, hopefully we can get that breakout trade there. Next one, Jiutian Chemical, same thing, almost hit TP. We are back down here already. So this one I'm slightly worried. But if it hit the stop loss, then hit the stop loss. So it be lah. But because it is like at this so-called support level, the next support level is here lah, which I think that maybe it has a chance to go down lah. But of course, like I said, follow the trade plan and follow the stop loss. Next one, Singapore ONG. Singapore ONG. So Singapore ONG is much like the Fortress Mineral also, kind of like sideways here. I believe it is still in the sort of formation before it breaks out lah. So have to be patient a bit. Netflix. So Netflix, this whole section, right, you can see that this whole area is a consolidation area lah. So while we are having a down move, right, quite close to stop loss already, but I this one I'm in the trade, but sticking to my trade plan lah. It does have a bearish momentum to it, but of course, if this support is able to hold, then we can have a good entry up there lah. We can have a good recovery lah. Next one is JCOM. So JCOM, right? JCOM TP is actually at 120. So I think on Friday this one hit TP lah. Yeah. So this one actually hit the TP. I personally have not go and update it yet. So this one have hit the TP already. So if you are in the trade, right, you should be out already. Whether you want to out the whole entire position, you want to keep a bit there, I don't know, it's really up to you. So if you are going to keep a bit there, right, make sure you have some form of strategy to deal with that little portion that you leave behind. So for all the Nimbus capital training, right, we have our own strategy to how to deal with it. But if you are not in the course, then make sure that you have a proper way to deal with it. Because what you ultimately doesn't want, right, is you enter here, you TP here, you leave a bit there, but that a bit come down and come down and incur more losses than profit lah. So you want to think of a way to avoid this situation. Okay. So PayPal haven't hit stop loss yet. Stop loss is, I believe, somewhere around here. But of course, the reason why the stop loss is there is that this area is actually a very strong support, which you can see by the fact that there's a somewhat like a support forming there lah. So hopefully this one can continue to recover. Next one, what is this? WMS. I think it's the advanced drainage system. Yeah, so advanced drainage system. Initial entry was here, stop loss here, and I think it is still on its way because it does seems that we have a lower higher forming, so it is on its way to go up lah. So you can see that most of these counter, right, they managed to find a support somewhere without hitting the stop loss. So, and when market recover, all these are starting to recover. And if you look at it on a objectively, right, if you don't have any position now, you look at all these counter, and it does seems that it's not bearish at all. It is just moving, but did not hit the stop loss, still in the uptrend. So in terms of chart structure, trend structure, right, actually nothing have changed. So when you start to do emotional stuff and start to exit all these counter left and right, it's actually not fueled by a structural change, but it is just that you are not able to manage the loss. So the thing is, you will only want to exit a chart if the chart structure has changed, meaning support has broken or the trend line have broken, things like that. Only then you will want to exit. If the structure is still intact, right, there's a good chance that it will continue to go up. So there is no reason for you to prematurely exit. This one, AVV. So AVV is together with AEM lah, but unlike AEM, this one haven't hit the stop loss yet. Slightly more speculative, mainly because there is buy over things that are going on. So I'm not sure who is in the trade, but for this, right, I also will be recommend that continue to if you are in the trade, then just continue to follow the trade plan. Next one, Swire Pacific. So Swire Pacific, Hong Kong, finally a Hong Kong counter. So same thing, entry was here, entry was somewhere here, stop loss is here, but now it is just like a bullish flag lah, before eventually it will start to go back out. So as long as it doesn't go all the way until like your stop loss, I think you are pretty much fine. Next one, NWS holding. This one also doing relatively okay. I forgot where the entry was. I think entry was somewhere here. So this one probably in the green lah, just that haven't hit the profit yet lah. So while you can see there's a bunch of red candle here, all the red volume, right? Despite all the red candle and red volume, the price is like maintaining that it didn't come down like this. Meaning it does shows that there are some buying coming in, which soak the price from falling further lah. Wells Fargo's are extremely bullish, continue to go up. So at some point, if you enter and exit this, right, I'm not sure why did you exit, because there's nothing changed structurally, like it's continue to go up. What is this? Okay, I can't pronounce this company name without sounding like I'm scolding people. Chow Tai Fook. So I think entry was somewhere here, but retrace a bit. It happens, but once again, it is like a bullish flag, and we are waiting for that breakout lah. Valentia, sorry, Valentia here should be gone ready, because we have taken stop loss ready. But anyway, I gone through my views on this ready also lah. Next one, what is this? Max Linear. So Max Linear, same thing. This kind of position is the best kind of position that you can take. Why? Initially entered here, then it trigger the second entry, trigger the third entry, and then continue to recover. So even if it recover until here, right, because you have all the 3 entries here, right, then you are probably in very big profit already. So when it continue to hit the TP, right, you will be a lot more in profit, because it retrace back to give you a better price. So sometimes retracement is actually good if you follow all my trade setup properly. Next one, SIA. So SIA very, very bullish. My trade setup came out here. I think this is one of the most bullish counters that we get very recently. So right now it is stuck a bit. The TP is, I believe, where 5.5 I think it's 5.5. I remember we almost no, not 5.5. I forgot already. 5.3. Okay, 5.3. 5.3 then should hit ready ma. Sorry, let me check. Is there something wrong with the chart? I don't remember SIA going to $5. Sorry, give me a while. I personally don't have this counter, so I'm a bit. So I'm not sort of 5.45. Okay. Yeah, so we barely hit the stop loss. Sorry, we barely hit the TP here. I'm hoping in the next few weeks we'll be able to hit the TP, because I do remember this candle, because I was preparing to post the TP have hit on my Patreon, but after my work ended, I look at the market, then I was like, it went all the way back down. but of course, stick to your stop loss. If you sort of prematurely exited, I don't blame you lah, because the high of this was 5.41. So we are only like 4 pips short of the TP lah. So if you exit here, I wouldn't blame you. Even if you exit here, I would not say anything lah. Just like up to you lor, if you are in the trade. But of course, this chart by no means is a bearish chart. I believe that if the bullishness continue, I believe this can still go further up. And some more, there was some news about digital vaccination passport or something like that. News are something that I will look at to see, okay, maybe this counter can go up, but my trade plan remain the same. I don't change my trade plan. I don't make my trade plan based on news. News are something just good to see. Then if it favors the counter that you are in, then good law. And of course there are also the opposite things that can happen where we were in the AEM trade, the financial result came out to be quite good, but end up the counter just continue to go all the way down and hit the stop loss lah. So I mean we don't make trades, we don't change our trade based on news, but if the news is good, then just you can be happy a bit lor. Okay, the reason why I'm going through all this, right, is mainly to show you how the price have recovered if you are in the trade, and hopefully in the next round when we face some retracement, right, do trust yourself, do place your trust in the system and hold on to your trades lah. But of course, when I say place your trust in the system, right, I don't mean it in a way where, oh, Zor say this one is bullish, so I will put all my portfolio, my entire capital in that trade. Please don't do that lah. But at least risk, take about 1% risk per position, and just follow the trade plan. If you get really good at doing that, right, actually trading become a extremely stress-free things that you just put your entry, set all your stop loss, set alert, this and that. You can go and do your own thing already. One day you will wake up, everything will be green, and some days some of them will get stopped out. But I mean that's part of trading, so just follow the trade plan lor. This one, Franken. So Franken, very good also. As once again, these are the counters that I like the most. Not counters, the kind of chart pattern that I like the most, where the entry came out here, stop loss here, it retraced to give you a good entry at the lower end, and then it recovers. So let's look at Franken somewhere here. Okay, so sadly for this, did not hit the second entry lah. But I mean, even if you manage to enter at 1.35, right? It does seems that we have a good recovery on the way lah. iFast. So iFast unfortunately not joining in the rally lah. So if you have AEM, then try not to like all these AEM, iFast, and Franken, right? Try not to overlap one another. So let's say if you got stop out of AEM already, then maybe you can choose to enter iFast or Franken lah. But if you already have, if you want to enter AEM, if you want to enter Franken, want to enter iFast, then you are sort of overlapping a lot of things already, because these counter tends to go hand in hand lah. And for iFast also, right, it does seems that the first entry was here. I believe stop loss is somewhere around here, but it seems that it is sort of testing for seller here lah. And you can see the volume reducing, right? Meaning the supply is reducing, and hopefully we have a good recovery coming. Golden Agri break the resistance here, and it is now sideways a bit. I think can hold. Hopefully it continues to go up lah. So this one will go together with First Resources also. And last, HST. So HST, we have a very nice support here. We have a very nice support here. So what you will notice is that HST, right, it does not appear on scanner. Index and ETF doesn't appear on scanner. Those are out of scope. So for ETFs, right, I tend to monitor them manually. And of course, the reason why this is in my scope is that previously we have an entry somewhere. We have an entry like, I don't know, somewhere here or here. Then we managed to get a very good trade setup until here. Then now price retrace all the way back to the support level here, and it does seems that we have a good support forming lah. So as long as your stop loss is like below this whole stretch, right, you are in a very good position, because we are catching the bottom here. We are catching the bottom here. We are in a very good position to ride the entire recovery trend. Sunpower, very good support also. Not only very good support, we have a very good bullish candle that coming out. So this is the kind of signal that when I mean wait for bullish candle, we want this kind of bullish candle with good volume. So it does sort of mean that we have support here already lah. We have a very strong established support. And this kind of chart I also like a lot, because essentially we are bottom picking, but we are bottom picking with very good strategy that we have, mainly because we are still in a long-term uptrend. We have a good support, we have a good candle, good volume. So all the checklists are hit lah, and it does seems like we are ready to go for that recovery play lah. So what you'll notice is that previously when everything is bullish, right, all the trade setup are like breakout trades. But right now, because things are starting to recover again, you will start to see rebound from support. So you will start to see a few counters that are rebounding from support. So lastly, simply good food. So the entry was here. Entry was somewhere here, mainly because breakout of the resistance, stop loss here. So as long as who knows, it can come back and sideways some more. But I do hope that it will retest here and continue go up. So we don't really know whether it will like that or it will like that. But as long as you hold your you stick to the trade plan, whether it like this or like that or like that, you will eventually get the profit. Okay, so I do sort of hope to encourage everyone to follow the trade plans. I mean, we had a rough month, but I personally have a rough month also. But just because I had a when the market is retracing, right, I don't suddenly throw out all my strategy, my trade plan. I just stick to it. I stand by what has worked for me for the past 8 years, and I continue to trade lah. And eventually they will pay off. So yeah. So once again, the advice here is that if you are still holding counter in the red, don't enter any new position yet. Wait for them to recover or at least hit a few TP here and there. Then you continue to make new entries. So you don't have to worry about this counter going up, that counter going up. Every day something is going up. Like if you go to casino, right? Every table there will be someone that will win their bet lah. There will be a lot more that lost their bet. So there will be the market is always there lah. So just be patient and money will eventually come lah. So next week, next Friday, there will be a Ask Me Anything session. So it's the first public Ask Me Anything session lah. So I'm guessing it will be quite some time since it is available to also most of you might have some questions about my trade setup or my course or whatever lah. But just to emphasize strictly, there is no request for counters. So please don't ask me to like look at certain counters, because if I do that, right, then the whole session will be looking at counters lah. I want it to be more of a casual session lah. Okay, so yeah, things are pretty bullish, but do take care of your risk management lah. Okay, so that will be all, and thank you everyone for coming. Good night. The video will be uploaded.